Hi, today's lesson is going to be on comparing the religions of the Middle East and a beginner's lesson on Islam. As we begin this slideshow presentation, guys, we've covered the physical geography of the Middle East and Northern Africa. We've also covered the cultural aspects of this particular region. Today we're going to compare kind of the religions, the three monotheistic religions that started in Northern Africa and the Middle East, and our main concentration today will be on the religion of Islam. Like I said before, three major religions that are practiced in North Africa and Southwest Asia are Islam, Muslims, Judaism, which is the Jews or the Jewish people, and the Christianity, which we call today Christians. They're very, very alike in certain aspects, and they're very different in certain aspects. We're going to kind of go into that today, but like I said, concentrating on Islam. Islam is a monotheistic religion. Monotheism means that a particular religion believes in one God and one God only. There are many religions, such as Greek mythology and Roman mythology, had a pantheon of gods. That means they had more than one. But Islam, Judaism, and Christianity believe in one God. They believe in the Judeo-Christian God, but they call him something totally different. They call him Allah. Muslims believe that the Torah and the Bible are like the Quran, which is their holy book. It is the inspired word of God. Muslims' holy book is like a Christian Bible. It is words to live by. It gives them guidance and wisdom. Muslims believe that this was God's final revelation, even after the Holy Bible, which Christians use, and the Torah, which the Judean faith uses. Muhammad received his first revelation from the angel Gabriel in the cave of Hira in 610 AD. The Judean faith starts way back thousands of years before Christ. Then you have Jesus Christ and his disciples around the year 1 BC to 33 AD. Then you have the Islamic faith starting almost 580 years afterward. Muhammad's revelations were compiled in the Quran after his death, so the Quran was put together after the Prophet Muhammad's death. Muslims believe that the Quran contains the inspired word of God. They believe that everything in it is true and it is words to live by. Much like the Torah and much like the Christian Holy Bible, the Quran is divided into chapters, which they call surahs. There are 114 of these surahs, or chapters, in the Quran. In the name of the Allah and the Compassionate and Merciful is the foreword to the Quran. Everything that they do and say is in the name of Allah. And this particular book, the Holy Quran, is written in Arabic, which is the language in which most Muslims speak. Now, let me clear something up. Just because you're an Arab does not mean you're a Muslim. There are many Arab nations that speak Arabic that are not Muslim, or not followers of Islam. There are 5 distinct pillars in Islam. The first is a declaration of faith. There is no God but Allah, thus making it very monotheistic, and I think it goes all against the Muslim faith to believe in any other God but Allah. They also believe in fasting during the holy month of Ramadan. Ramadan is just a festival that commemorates the putting together or the compilation of the Quran. You are to fast by not eating before sunrise and only eating after sundown every day for 1 month. They also believe in charity for the poor, which means they believe that you should take care of the widows and people that cannot take care of themselves. It is a job of a dutiful Muslim to do this. They also believe that if you're financially able and you're physically able, that you are to make a Hajj or a pilgrimage to Mecca in Saudi Arabia to perform the Hajj prayers in front of the Kaaba, which is a holy site as far as the Islamic faith goes. They believe in prayer 5 times a day facing Mecca. Anywhere in the world that you are to find out in which direction Mecca is, and 5 times a day you are to kneel on a prayer rug if you have one and say your prayers to Allah. The Hajj is, like I said before, a pilgrimage to Mecca. It's the process of traveling to Mecca. It must be done at least once in a Muslim's lifetime, and annually about 2 to 3 million Muslims make this pilgrimage. Those who complete the pilgrimage can add the title Haji to their name. The mosque is much like a Jewish synagogue or a Christian church. It is a place of worship. It is a building. As you can see here in this diagram, here is a typical mosque. Notice the classroom for teaching young children the Muslim faith or the Islamic faith. The imam, which is the leader or the Muslim cleric's place where he says his prayers and carries out the duties of the church. Notice the minarets. And in times before there was amplification devices such as microphones and loudspeakers, they would call to prayer and let you know what time prayer was. Come to the mosque and say your prayers, and they would climb up the minaret, stand on this balcony right here, and shout to the surrounding population that it's time for prayer. The Dome of the Rock Mosque in Jerusalem is supposedly where the Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven. They believe that he left this earth. He was transfigured, much like people in the Torah and the Bible, into a place of paradise, heaven. And they built this beautiful church, and this ornate artwork is inside this church, this ornate architecture. Notice that you do not see any statues or pictures of Allah or Muhammad. This is forbidden in the Islamic faith. Other Islamic religious practices that they're just a little bit different than Christian thought or Judaic thought. One, that they believe you can have up to 4 wives at one time. We would think this is different than what we're used to as Christians or Jews. They believe in abstaining. That means drinking alcohol, eating pork, which they consider an unclean animal, unfit for human consumption. They do not believe in gambling. Gambling is forbidden. They believe in Sharia, which is the body of Islamic law to regulate daily living. The Islamic people do not see the distinction between separation of church and state. They believe they're intricately woven. They believe if you're a faithful Muslim, it is your right and duty to carry out this duty inside of politics, which causes a lot of problems in a lot of Muslim nations. And it's something totally different than what we do here in the United States and the Western world. The 3 holiest cities in Islam are Mecca, where the Kabbalah is, where you have to make the pilgrimage to, Medina, and Jerusalem, where the Dome of the Rock, the place of Muhammad's ascension. The countries with the largest Muslim population are, surprisingly, Indonesia, which you don't hear a lot and associate a lot with the Islamic faith. Then Pakistan, followed by India, Bangladesh, Turkey. Notice that Iran, Egypt, Nigeria, Algeria, Morocco, the last 4 being located in the region that we're studying now, Northern Africa and Southwest Asia, they have significantly less numbers than the previous 5. I just thought this is a little food for thought as you look at this chart quickly. Indonesia has the most Islamic believers in the world. The spread of Islam. The reason why Islam spreads so quickly and rapidly is because it's easy to learn and practice. You study the Quran, you live by its dictates. There are no priesthoods. You don't have priests. You have imams, which are like teachers of the Quran. It teaches that everyone's equal. There's no particular social class that's above another. And non-Muslim, who are peoples of the book, are allowed religious freedom, but paid additional taxes. That means if you live in an Islamic country and you're not a practicing Muslim, you have to pay additional taxes. But they do believe in religious freedom. Easily portable. It spreads, and it's spread in its early days through nomads that go on camel caravans across Southwest Asia and Northern Africa on the trade routes. They believe in jihad, a holy war against pagans and other non-believers or infidels. This causes a lot of friction between the people of the Islamic faith and Jews and Christians. Some of the problems that we have in the United States with people in this region deal a lot through fundamental differences between Christian and Islamic beliefs, religious beliefs in general. I hope this lesson that we have studied gives you a little bit better understanding of the religion of Islam and how it kind of compares and relates to the other religions that we'll be studying in this geographical region. Stay tuned as we continue our quest through Southwest Asia and Northern Africa, next we'll be studying the Judean faith, or the Jewish people. Thank you, and have a nice day, and come back and see me. Goodbye.